Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and shout.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Good.
And we are live. We are live. Unfortunately, Matt asked, "Are we good?" And yes, Matt, we are good. But yes, we're happy to be back, and we almost got a full squad here.
Squad.
We are excited. I got my man, all-purpose Rad. What's good, Rad?
Bro. Everything, man. Coming off a little disappointing loss, but we Gucci.
Okay, I got.
Hey, we 7-3, Rad. I thought you wasn't complaining. Did I sound like I was complaining?
Little
No,
bit.
you're right. Nah, I wasn't complaining at all.
We got my man Matt, Matty Ice, aka Matt COVID. What's good, Matt?
I'm all right, man. Just
COVID free.
Still coming down coming back up after that loss yesterday, I guess. But I was gonna be coming down after it, but that last 34 seconds killed me. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
I'm laughing because Matt, you look like you got COVID in the face right now. But
Hey man, I don't got the lights with me as I'm prepared for class. I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
it's all good.
It's all good. Yep.
Yes, sir. And then my man Mike D, aka Frank. Hey. Oh, Mike, what's good? Mike.
Come on. Hey, I'm ready. Cause I'm the heel on the show. I don't know what happened. I don't know when I became the heel, but it's a road that I cherish. I'm happy to be that guy. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to get spicy. Let's get it.
Okay. Mike said he's ready to get spicy, and I'm glad he's ready to get spicy because we got something for the people. You know what I'm saying? And Mike got a little spice with it. Matt, let the people know what spicy things we got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'm sure you guys are seeing something a little different on the pod today. We got our sponsor. You guys know and love them. If it's one thing that we here at the Overdue Bills podcast know for sure, that's Buffalo Bills football, and that's wings. So we got our first choice and our best choice. That's Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings is Wings 101. With over 101 flavors and a beloved Wing of the Month special, Wing Kings is sure to school any other wing places around. They're open in 2 new locations by January 2021. One is in the University District on Main Street, and the other one is kind of personal and dear to me in the Black Rock Riverside area where I grew up on Niagara Street. Also, they're available for Bills games, parties, celebrations, and anything you could think of that needs wings, either lunch or dinner, they got them for you. So stop by their Elmwood Village location now at 484 Elmwood, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 for all your wing needs, and find out why they say, and we all know, they have the best wings in town, hands down.
Listen,
Them lemon pepper joints be hitting.
Listen.
Yo, let me say this. On the other flagship pod, we think it's a sports show. I talked about leaving wings at people's house and them being gone in 30 minutes. Trust me, you don't want to leave these wings at nobody's house. You want to guard these wings for your life. Take them joints home. Leave them in your fridge. Leave them in somebody else's fridge. Vamos.
Now with that being said, though, they actually just temporarily closed down. Sad news for a couple weeks. The end of the month, they're going to relaunch their Elmwood location, and then by the beginning of next year, they'll have 2 more for you. So I know you guys are probably hearing this right now, like, damn, I'm gonna go get me some wings right now, or I'm gonna order me some right now. But give them a couple of weeks. They're gonna revamp, relaunch, and get you some of those delicious wings, man.
Absolutely.
Trust me, I stand by them.
Bills on bye this weekend anyway, so it's cool. Yep. And the week after that, we play the Chargers. They sorry. Bring them back. Who we play in 2 weeks?
We have the Chargers, I think, right?
No, we on bye. San Fran.
Yeah.
San Fran, yep.
The San Fran game.
No, San Fran's in December. We got the Chargers.
Mike, we play the Chargers next.
Are we a Bills
I know,
podcast
but
or what?
they closed. They closed until the 30th.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So when they come back, all right. First
San
week they
Fran.
come back. You're right.
That San
All right.
Fran game. Let's get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Game to come back on Monday night
Yep.
too.
For sure.
All right, let me get control of this show because I don't know what's going on. But I will say this to the people: I need you in the comments, and I'm looking in the comments, and I swear I see my girl Tara Hogan. I'm telling y'all, that's one of the smartest people I know. Shouts out to her. But listen to this, and since you on Tara,
Nah, I don't mess with Tara. She be trolling me.
well, that may be true. But let me say this, because I'm upset, y'all. We was trying to, figure out, the best way to present our, sponsor for the show, Wing Kings. And listen, they got 101 flavors. But for me, I wanted to tie that in with the 101 Dalmatians. I need you in the comments right now to tell me if that's fire. 101 Dalmatians, 101 flavors. Somebody let me know what time it is. Please in the comments let me know if that's fire. But with that being said, let's get to this show. All right. Listen, quick question of the day. I was going to wait. It was going to be a cliffhanger, but I can't wait. I can't wait. So this is the quick question of the day for everybody in the comments. I need to know your answers. Which felt worse? The Music City Miracle or DeAndre Hopkins mossing everybody from the Buffalo Bills? I need to know right now. Which one felt worse? Rad, tell me now.
It's so different for me, right? Because the Music City Miracle, I was young. Everybody else around me was kind of screaming, yelling. I was sad too for that. But this D-Hop joint, I just knew it was in the bag, right? And then what made it worse was because my TV, I was watching on the app. My TV's a little slower, so I'm looking at my phone, and nothing changed. And I'm watching. I'm like, why it haven't changed yet? I'm like, what's going on? Because they was reviewing the play, and I didn't know it. And I watched it. I'm like, I just couldn't believe it. It was just like the greatest catch ever. And hey, just kudos to him. I don't know which one worse. I'm gonna say Music City Miracle because we was in the playoffs. That's the last time we was in the playoffs. It launched a curse. And I don't think this is gonna launch the curse. I think it's gonna launch, some wins after this. So I'm gonna go Music City Miracle. Because that one felt longer and it launched the curse of a playoff drop. So yeah.
For me, it's not even close. Right. This one is because I'm 28. I'm watched the whole game. I remember the whole game. Like I was kicking it with my boy watching the game. Like I remember that like crazy. Music City Miracle. We were 7. So I probably wanted to watch wrestling anyways. So I didn't feel it the same way. But that was the goal. It was in the playoffs, and the Tennessee ended up going to the Super Bowl that year and losing to the Rams. So not to say that just because we win, we are the team in the Super Bowl. But that is in the playoffs. This is a week 10 matchup versus NFC opponent that really doesn't really affect anything. Besides it just being on ESPN all the time. So it's not close to magnitude, but man, to me, I'm going to remember this more just because my age.
Matty Ice.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm obviously way more invested now. And, that one definitely hurts. But I'm going to still say the Music City Miracle because like Raz said, that started the drought. Like it was like turmoil after that. For as long as this loss doesn't start another 20-year drought, I'm gonna go with that one for sure.
I doubt it.
But it's just one of those things, man. It doesn't happen 9 times out of 10, and we just unfortunately had to witness the 1 time out of 10 that it does happen. We got our 3 best guys in the area, blanketed them perfectly. It's just he went up and made a play, and we talked about it on the pregame show. It's going to be who's going to be who won the trade, all that jazz. And those 2 guys showed up at the end. He just unfortunately had the last time to do it or the last seconds to do it.
For me, Music City Miracle really did hurt. And it did. But this catch, I think it has a lot of implications. And it switches a lot of narratives. And what I want to do now, I want to transition into what I call narrative street, right? All right, so the Bills, we lost 30-32 to the Arizona Cardinals, and we were going to get into that game. But what I want to do now is, since we're heading to a bye, right? The league has had, at least 8 to 9 games under them. We've had some COVID flare-ups. We've had some injuries. We've had a lot of things. But specifically to the Bills, I want to talk narratives, right? Going into this bye, we need to talk narratives. And what I want to do is I kind of want to have 3 things we feel good about as far as those narratives, 3 things we don't necessarily feel good about. And if you in the comments right now, let me know some things you feel good about. Let me know some things you don't feel good about going into this bye week. But I want to start with my man Mike D, a.k.a. Frank Hey, Hey Ho. I want to start with Mike D. Mike D, can you give me one narrative that you feel good about? Let's start with love. One thing you feel good about going into the bye.
Going to the bye, I'm going to say our defense.
Okay.
I'm going to say our defense because I think I was the only one. Preach, you wasn't on last week, but I said I think this Seattle game was a turning point for this defense. Right? They were aggressive. They got after Russell. They made big plays, and they bought out. And I'll say, this may be them getting it together. Milano's going to come back eventually, so maybe Les Klein, whatever the case may be. Like, this might be a turning point for the defense. And the defense, they played well. Arizona is the number 1 offense in the league. They held them to 9 points through like midway through the third quarter. And then our offense fell flat. Like, I don't have the numbers up for our offense, but our offense, like, obviously we're going to get into the game probably, but like 5 yards, 3 and out, punts, interception. Like, our offense kind of failed us in that third quarter and let them back a 13-yard punt. But our defense played well. And even when we needed stops in the fourth quarter, the defense stood up. Micah Hyde, 31, one-on-one, Kyler Murray. Facts. He got him. So, to me, the Chargers not going to be able to do that. The Broncos not going to be able to do what the Cardinals did. To me, I feel like our defense is turning the corner, and I'm happy about that.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I do agree with Mike. I'm going to keep it a stack bundle. I agree with Mike. We came up big. Even when our punter, shanked it off his right foot. Like I'm like, it's over at that point. But we came up with a stop.
I blame Matt.
Absolutely.
Matt been saying our special teams is terrible this whole year, and in actuality, they've been great. And then finally, he just had a hiccup for Max chagrin.
He definitely did. But we held up. And unfortunately, the only touchdown pass Kyler Murray had was, at the end of the game. But nonetheless, Matt, I need a narrative, man. Let me hear a good narrative. A good narrative going into the bye from the Buffalo Bills.
Good narrative is I think that it's early to say, but he looked great yesterday early. We might have a number 2 corner in Dane Jackson. All right, he was hitting hard. He forced a fumble. He was a part of that early stop. I don't know. I said it's a little early. It's a little early. It's a 7th round pick.
A little early.
Listen, let me preface this to the people because people need to know his name is Optimistic Matt. That's who he is. He's AKA Optimistic Matt because he's very optimistic. But Matt, continue.
I mean, it just he looked good. And like I said, it's early, but compared to what we got at that number 2 spot right now, it's. If he's going to come in and play like that, I'll take that every week.
Okay.
I bet you would.
Yeah, he play good. I like that. He play good, man.
All right. Negative Nancy. All-purpose Rad. Debbie Downer. Let me hear what you got to say. Let's hear something good from you because, you always got something to say about the Bills. In the group message, Rad is always Debbie Downer. But Rad, what you got to say?
Why is you painting this narrative?
I'm keeping it in the stack. And I appreciate.
I know this. You said this narrative street.
Yeah, this is narrative.
But this is not the narrative. I am not negative. That's who you are. But I'm gonna keep it going. But what I want to take is just the philosophy of our team. You know what I mean? We we're what, 3rd in the comp. We number 1 in our division, 3rd in the conference. 7-3. Through 10, that's a great record. That if you ask me, when we went through the schedule earlier in the season, most of us had us at 6-4, 7-3 around here. And that's where we're at. You know what I mean? We really should be 8-2. You know what I mean? So, and the teams we beat, most of the teams we beat have winning records. Facts. The Raiders looking great, Miami looking good. Rams. We beat some quality teams that we should have. Seattle, we should have beat Arizona. So I think the narrative. I know we lost, but I think we came out. I think we're the better team. You know what I mean? I really truly believe that we better than Arizona. I think we're the better team. I think the turnovers hurt us late. So I think going into that, I think we're the better team, and 7-3, third in the conference. I think that's the narrative we riding high on.
Okay. Let me say this: we lost Matt. I have
Rat was too negative for him.
Yeah, I don't know where Matt went, everybody, but we're gonna try to get him back on the pod. I think he went away for a second, but that's fine. When he come back, we'll make it do. Oh, here go Matt right here. All right, I don't know what Matt is doing. Y'all gotta. That's my guy, but Matt is tripping. But anyways, moving forward. Let me say this: as far as a good narrative, everybody. I look at it this way: the Bills' 3 losses, right? Let's look at the Bills' 3 losses in totality. Let's look at it. All right. One loss was against a Tennessee Titan team who, during that week, it was a short week, and we did not know who we were going to play. It was COVID everywhere. Apparently, they wasn't practicing, but apparently they was practicing. It was just a throwaway week. We had to play Tuesday. You could throw that out, right? It was crazy. We also lost to the Super Bowl winning champions. We lost to Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. I mean, they're the best team in football, as it stands. He literally has 25 touchdowns and 1 interception. I mean, it's a tough game. We lost to him. And then we just literally lost on a miracle play. I mean, like, we had the game. Josh Allen came down. He did what he had to do, and we lost on a miracle play. Those are our 3 losses. So when you look at it in totality, I mean, the Bills have had a pretty good season up until this point.
I'm going to sound like Matt on this. We didn't lose yesterday. We just ran out of time.
Okay, Rat.
All right, Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
what?
Rat.
We just ran out of time. I'm convinced if Josh got back on the field, we was going to go down and score.
Well, yeah. Well, if games are limitless, it probably be that way.
Just ran out of time, bro.
Anything else, Rat, you got to say to the people?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
Water is wet.
All right. So with that being said, I mean,
OJ did it.
Hey! I was serious. Don't be putting that on me.
It was a lateral. It was a lateral. Everybody know it. We should have got that play. We should have got it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm crying.
Okay, let's do this now. I need 3 things that, we kind of feel uneasy about. We can't be all optimistic. We got to just be realistic sometimes. And at this moment, there are some things that, we got to look at. Some glaring things. So, Mike, I'm going to start with you because I know you got one ready, locked and loaded. Mike, what are some things that we're feeling uneasy about? What are some narratives that you can see right now going into the bye week?
But y'all know me. It's going to be something that y'all probably don't agree with. Absolutely. But, the way I look at football is different than a lot of people.
You're an analytic guy.
Not even totally. That's not my point, right? To me, I didn't like how we tried to establish the run in the third quarter. I felt like those were wasted plays. I feel like we should have kept letting Josh cook. And even when Josh got into his little slump, like we should just threw out of it. So to me, I don't like that I have to see Devin Singletary and Zach Moss again. Because if it was up to me, I would go probably empty backfield every play the rest of the season because they are terrible. But that's not. We can't do that.
That's not true. Pittsburgh does it, but that's neither here nor there. You can keep going.
So that's the one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing them in the second back half of the season.
Rad, what you got for me?
This is your topic. Honestly, the Miami Dolphins.
Talk about it, man.
That's the narrative. They 6-3. Their schedule is pretty easy. I'm a big fan of Tua. I like Tua coming out of college. He's the thing about him is that with the Fitzpatrick was playing well, but everybody know back in their mind Fitztragic was coming out. Even he know that. With Tua, I believe is I don't think he's gonna get the highs of Fitzmagic, but you're not gonna get the lows of Fitztragic either. It's gonna be more of an even killed, so more predictable team. And that defense is playing good. Flores is coaching them up greatly. 8-2 and 6-3 feels a little better, but 7-3 and 6-3. A game behind them. We played them later in the season. Mm-hmm. So that's the narrative I'm looking at it because their schedule I think is in favor because they beat some tough teams too. So that's the narrative I'm looking at the most, Miami Dolphins, because I thought this division was all ours, but they're coming and they loud and they're a good team. So it's not gonna be as easy as I thought, but that division, we got to win this division. Is that point blank period?
The only thing that is kind of easing me is that knowing that we beat them already, is that they have to be 2 games ahead of us for that week 17 game, or if not, we still have a shot. So pretty much, we half a game ahead. They got to win like 3 games ahead to be that much in front of us. And I don't think that's going to happen. So regardless, I think it's going to come down to week 17, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
At worst,
I'm saying just that's another. I thought that was something we wasn't gonna have to worry about, but now
by New England game, you thought, or by week 15, they'd be wrapped up.
It'd be wrapped up, but because I'm gonna just run off their schedule. They got the Broncos, the Jets, the Bengals. Chiefs is the game they got. Patriots, Raiders, and they got us Bills to end it out. So that's not a scary schedule. So we'll see.
Matty Ice.
Yeah, so I'm going to be a little boring here and kind of go with a mix of both of their answers. Is the running game is a glaring issue, man. It's like we cannot get it going. I know we're quote unquote a super passing team right now, but it doesn't seem like we can run the ball at all. And then like yesterday, it was a big shock for me. We had Mitch Morse available, and he was a healthy scratch. So it's like their offensive line is like they're trying new stuff, and they don't really know what's gelling at this point in the season with the offensive line, and that's scary to me. And they've been pass protecting well, but there's no run, and just the question mark there is like he's our captain. He's supposed to be the anchor, the starting center, and he's a healthy scratch. That's an issue. That's not an issue for me, but that's like alarming to me.
Probably because the bye week, they say we okay, just give him another 2 weeks of rest, and then come back after. That's probably why.
Well, I know McDermott. Well, McDermott said the reasons why were because that this line that they had momentum going in, but it's like I can understand that, but that's the question for me is like how do we not know at this point in the season? Yeah. That's an important part right there. Those 5 guys got to be in sync at all times. I know you plug in different guys for injuries and stuff like that, but it's just that's a big glaring issue for me. And then Miami, their secondary is looking like the secondary that they were supposed to be. I mean, they Justin Herbert seems like he's been lighting everybody up. He barely threw for 200 yards yesterday.
I called that, by the way, in the other show, DFS podcast. Nobody wanted to listen to me, but it's cool.
Everybody needs to be.
Yeah, they look good out there. I mean, I know we also that first game they lost their Byron Jones. They lost him early, so that secondary wasn't what it was now. So that's scary for me too.
I'm gonna save my take on because we're gonna do a future outlook, in a minute. But nonetheless, let's get to this game just a little bit. I know people came for a recap. Yeah. So let's get to the game. Yep. What I want to do is I want to start with expectations versus reality, right? Mm-hmm. We all expected certain things going into this game, and even me and Matt. I know we did an interview about it. And we talked about, some over-unders. We talked about some things. And I know, like, throughout the course of the week, we have a group message. We talk about the game. And so we had a level of expectation coming into this game. But obviously, the game was played. So what I want to do is I want to, sort of compare and contrast, what you expected and what really happened. Like, let me know. What Rad? I'm going to you. I want to know what you expect. Did that happen? Was that the reality?
Pretty much, right? Well, let's say this. The defense played better than I thought. Mike was right. Mike was right on last week. He said, he feel like a switch was made on the defensive side of the ball, and I think they played good early. They held Kyler pretty much in check. His running was good, but as far as the offensive wise, D-Hop, Fitz, Kirk, they wasn't really a threat. We was holding them 3 and out, so we was getting them off the field. They played better than I thought. And then the offense was humming. The offense was going. And then, Josh had a flashback to 2018, Josh, those 2 interceptions he threw. But even so, seeing Josh, usually that means we're out. That means Josh is just going to continue rolling down that hill of trying to win the game back in one big throw and just kill us. But he came back and made a great pass to Diggs that had us, up. What less than a minute left. So how the game went was pretty much what I not what I thought, but it wasn't nothing outside of the norm or outside of the realm of possibility that I thought was going to happen. The miracle catch, obviously, that's a miracle catch. You can't really call that. But far as how we played, I liked how we played. I just them 2 interceptions Josh threw were I think were killer because they scored right directly off those ones. But besides that, I think if you just take one of those away and just play better football right there, we win the game. So,
all right, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I expected us to go out and score
Because let me and all. Matt said the score would be 35-31. Is that correct?
Yeah, yep.
And it was 30-32, so you wasn't necessarily far off, but you can continue.
It was pretty close. So yeah, I expected us to go out and score, and I definitely expected them to score too, just with their receiver core and how they go, every week. But I'm happy that the defense kind of had a bend but don't break early. They got down the field in 30 seconds in the first drive.
Yeah.
And then they held strong. They had 1st and goal on the 4-yard line, and they held it down. And they seemed to do that kind of when we needed it throughout the game. So the defense definitely put us in a position for Josh to go down and get that last drive. So I was expecting whoever had the ball last was to win. I just thought we were definitely going to have the ball. When I say had the ball last, I mean have the ball last in a realistic time frame. Like the 30 seconds, 9 times out of 10, we're not seeing anybody score off that. So, and it just happened. So I expected us to have the ball, drive down last and put the game away. And we did that and just kind of got unlucky.
For me, I bet the over hit. I bet the Bills +3. Yo, when they took that knee, I was like, let's go.
But the line was really it was 2.5. So I mean, the 2.5 hit.
Yeah,
it was +3 for me in at MGM.
Okay.
At the casino here. So it went exactly how I thought. I said on DFS, I don't think the Bills' rushing issues are fixed. I think Seattle with DJ Dallas, they just couldn't run the ball great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Drake came out there. Edmonds, they were doing their thing. And D-Hop, D-Hop did his thing. I was upset that they didn't let Trey just shadow him. Because all this zone and everything, that's fine. I get it. But I'm like, man, put Trey on him. Let me see it. And they didn't do it.
Well, they did at the end of the game. Yeah.
No, I mean, it is what it is.
I know.
Get into that.
Yeah, but the defense was great for 3
It was.
Oh yeah, I think it was fine. It was fine. I was talking about for me.
It's those late turnovers that put them right in field position and they score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really I think it's that simple for me.
So
100% that simple. I was hoping that Trey was going to shadow him and that'd be a thing all day, and it wasn't.
But to Matt thing earlier, the rookie, is he a rookie?
Yeah, Danger. He's a seventh rounder. Yep.
He played good, man.
He did play good.
He did.
And with that being said, in looking at the game, what I want to do is I want the people to dance with us. Just dance with us, all right? And what I mean by that is let's break down the game as far as stats, trends. You know what I mean? Certain things we like, certain things we don't like. We all watch the game. And if you have any particular plays or any particular sequences that you want to bring to the light, that's what we want to do right now. Let the people dance with us. You know what I'm saying? So if it's some stats and trends that we like, obviously we keep harping on the running game. Our running game was terrible, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that
didn't run.
Okay, regardless, it didn't do anything for us. But Mike, do you have some stats, some trends, any particular plays or sequences that you want to highlight right now?
Yeah, I want to highlight getting Dawson Knox off the field.
Okay.
It's kind of funny though, right? Because if you look at Josh Allen numbers with Dawson Knox on the field and with him not on the field, the numbers are a lot better with him on the field. Now, is that defenses trying to, accounting for him? I can't imagine. So I don't know.
The numbers you just throw them out because that'll make it any sense.
Yeah, right? Is it just the teams we happen to play that week were more susceptible to passing? I don't know. But
terrible.
I remember last week with Jamal Adams, he got blew up when he blitzed. Jamal Adams pushed him back 10 yards and Adams got the sack. The blocking the back on a free play when we 20 yards downfield. Like Dawson Knox, what are you doing? I know Preach come on here and Preach get into his hyperbole bag a lot, but he called Dawson Knox the worst starting tight end in the league. And I mean, it's hard pressed to find me one worse at this point. So hopefully Tyler Croft get back soon. So that's what I want to highlight.
Shout out to Chris Manhurst. Rad. Do you have any stats, any trends, any particular play sequences that you want to bring to the forefront?
No, I mean, I harped on them earlier. Just Josh with the turnovers. One of them, I'm not them. They weren't like last year's. One of them, P-Pat just came off his guy and made a hell of a adjustment in the air, caught an interception. So I'm not going to, and the other one, he just a bad throw. He got to find Gabe. Got to lead Gabe out a little more. So, but it was the right throw. It was the right decision, bad throw. So I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be totally mad at that. And the P-Pat one once again this is a great P-Pat. But we just gotta not have those. Figure out to not have those turnovers. I think that swung the game. If he get back to playing clean football like he been playing, it was some stats where he had 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions last game, whatever. Yeah. So if you I don't care. The yards can cut in half. If you don't turn the ball over, if we they say want to end a possession in kicks, punts, field goals, whatever it is. If we end those possessions in kicks, instead of the interceptions, I think that the game is different. So just those turnovers, which I'm not putting a lot of blame on him for, but you just don't want to have those 2 big turnovers and switch the ship momentum games.
P-Pat, he dropped 2. That was easier than probably the ones that were picked off. So Josh definitely put the ball in danger last week or yesterday.
For sure.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for Kyler, though. I mean, there's some early ones.
It's a Bill show.
Yeah, he's not our quarterback.
No. I'm just saying when you say that they're putting the ball in danger, it's the same thing for like all. He doesn't do that. He does. I would say he doesn't do that more than every other quarterback. It just becomes more of a thing on our show because we're a Bill show. But that's what I'm gonna say.
But I'm saying, I just think that's the difference of winning and losing. I
don't think that's right, Matt. I think it is a stat that Josh Allen throws a little bit more interceptable balls than a lot of quarterbacks because his arm is so strong. He takes chances.
I mean, that remains to be seen. I don't know if that's a real stat or not. But Matt,
come on, man, you know me.
Yeah,
PFF, Pro Football Focus.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to plug them.
It's not really more of a stat, but it's I'm happy we're going into a bye week because once again John Brown gets unlucky with the injury bug. So I'm happy he'll have a week, 2 weeks to get. Weeks. They said it was a sprained ankle today, so I'm happy it wasn't any knee stuff, but obviously the ankle is big for him too. So hopefully he can get back, and then the not really the emergence, but the consistency of Cole Beasley. I love it going forward. I mean, he made Patrick Peterson look ridiculous yesterday on that touchdown, and I was loving every second of it, man. So just the positive with that, and then hopefully John Brown gets back. That's my little thing for the going forward.
Well, I didn't do that yet, but I'll do that in a second. Mm-hmm. You can say what you just said when I go there. but no, as far as the game breakdown, as far as the game breakdown, one play that I listen on the podcast, and Mills reminded me, and let me just say, I said I had the wrong score, of course, but I did say it was going to come down to a last possession game, and Josh Allen's going to have the ball driving. I said that, and that's what happened. Woo. And on the last play, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, it was like money. Like, it was like me watching Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. It was like, yo, this is money. Like, that was a pass. That was a route, and that was a pass. Like, that was money. And for me, I'm going to be honest, man. It gave me chills, man. And I wanted to highlight that play because now I want to go into our well, let's do this. Let's do this real quickly. Let's go to things we need to work on during the bye, or things we need to look at during the bye. All right, let's go to that because, and I'm gonna say this.
Can we talk about the game still first, though?
Yeah, I gave you a chance. Do you want to say something else?
Well, I figured we were gonna talk about the Hail Mary.
Oh, we talked about it in the beginning of the show. You want to talk about it? You want to turn the key on my heart more?
Well, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, would y'all have done anything differently? I mean, right? Cause I heard a lot of Gabe Davis talk, a lot of wide receivers talk.
Yeah, I mean, you can do the Julio Jones thing, but if you're to pick players who are going to guard that, you're going to pick the 3 players who were on them. One of those 3,
the defenders.
You know what I'm saying? Every single time.
I think
every single time.
At the end of the day,
not only defenders, all pro or Pro Bowl defenders. You know, that's I don't know.
The 3 people we paid, the 3 high-priced defensive players we paid.
Yeah.
It was a great high point pass. I mean, just like I'm not gonna say luck.
It was good. Like
but he got the ball to him. I think Addison. I wish Addison didn't dive. I wish he kind of like.
Yeah.
But I mean, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to. I mean, everything just worked out. Everything just worked out. D Hop is great. He got sticky gloves on, and it is what it is. You know,
it was a Hail Mary. DeAndre Hopkins is a Hall of Famer. He made a Hall of Fame play. It's just as simple as that. Like he made a play that
stand up, shake his hand, and walk off the field.
Like we'll see this play forever, and it's like okay, it is what it is. Just like the Music City Miracle, they always play that. But
everybody gonna say, why you didn't put your tallest guy? But it's like
whatever.
I was just curious, like, because I've been hearing that a lot. And people always, Belichick does it all the time. Belichick does it all the time. But they don't mention the fact that when they played the Dolphins and it was 1-on-1, Kenyon Drake and Drake dig Gronk in. What's Gronk doing back there?
That's
What's
what I'm
Gronk
saying.
doing back there?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I wanted one of y'all to say that for I could attack y'all. That's all.
No, he wasn't gonna say it.
We're crazy. That's crazy people.
It was a miracle play. It was
I heard somebody on the radio say, why didn't they put Josh Allen back there? He's 6'5".
Yo, you know what?
Shut up. Shut up.
Help yourself out. Put your tallest guy out there.
Yeah, how tall is Deion Dawkins? Why not put him back there?
People just saying stupid stuff.
That would be the equivalent of when, and this is no disrespect to when we put Jizzle at safety, and this is niche for Hutch Tech players. Remember when we put Jizzle at safety?
He a friend of the show. Watch out.
He is. I didn't know that.
I don't know.
He was terrible. Yeah, he was bad.
Big friend of the show.
You wow.
He was terrible at safety. But move right along. All right. So what we need is
shout out to Jizzle, man.
We go into the bye.
And I was talking with Jizzle last weekend.
Say word, Mike.
Yeah, on their stats.
On our stats. Lifting the show, yeah.
Shouts out to Jizzle, man. My guy, man. He had a cannon. He just wasn't a safety. That's all it was. But shouts out to him.
They're gonna reference the Sam Grover game. I can't wait for him to reference that.
But everybody know I wasn't a corner.
Rest in peace, Mark Horn. He wasn't a safety.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He wasn't a safety.
Absolutely. That's my guy.
So we know people who wasn't safety. He wasn't one either. So he's a quarterback.
But shouts out to
but for everybody saying why didn't you put somebody like, and it's not like DeAndre Hopkins is 6'5" either. He's 6'1". He's 6'1". He just got up. He got up. Yeah, he got up. He made a play. He's a Hall of Famer, like you said. You know,
if we do the play over 10, 20 times,
nine times at a time.
And he was wearing Jumpman gloves. And,
oh my God! I know Michael was salivating yesterday. I know the Jordan Brand team was going crazy.
All you need is Jordan Porter to come in with Under Armour on his gloves, and you got the host at Bang.
DeAndre Hopkins got a G-Wagon delivered by Jordan this morning. I know it.
So,
all right, Preach. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I don't care. Things we need to work on. Things we need to work on to buy. Matt, what are some of the things we need to work on? Because you named them before, so you can name them again here.
Well, it's just the line, man. The continuity of the line.
Which one?
They got it. The off. Well, yeah, that's true. The offensive, but the defensive line has looked better.
Kenyon Drake.
We've been harping on the pass rush. Beggars can't be choosers. They weren't doing either in the beginning of the season. Now they're doing at least one at a time. So I'll take it.
All right.
Well, I said that on the show, Matt. I said the Bills got to choose. Either they're going to stop the pass or they're going to stop the run. They aren't doing both.
No.
On the defense is not there to stop both.
Yep.
Preach. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
No, just the continuity of the line, of the offensive line. Doing something in the run game, because we're such a good passing team that if you do throw in a run, we can keep guys like Kyler Murray off the field. You know what I mean? Not give them a chance to go down and score and keep our defense on the field. It's just little things like that, man. We can keep it for another 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We could win the game.
Yep. And the issue I have with our running backs, that's not my issue. But one time the outside was open, but Singletary wasn't gonna get it, so he tried to cut it up and he like got 1 yard. Like I think we need somebody that could hit the outside. We don't have a back like that.
Mike, we don't run the ball.
I know, but even when we do, it's like
but I'm just saying you like.
Do we need to draft somebody, Mike?
But he picking off 10 carries. You can't. What can you do with 10 carries?
No, bro. I've been watching Devin Singletary for 2 years.
Mike, I mean, Rad, we know that
Devin Singletary averaged 6 yards a carry last year. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying, like, well, my gripe has always been we need a speed back. I've always been saying that. I'm saying I don't need Frank Gore, even with Justin Jack Moore. So that's my issue. Okay. Like, because I guess I've been said Singletary and Moss are a death by 1,000 cuts. You have to get them enough carries so they get in rhythm. Do you wear down the defensive line? Yeah, if we're not going to run the ball ever and we're going to run it one time, they're not going to pop it for 70. So that's why I'm saying I don't even need to run the ball at all if we're going to do it 4 times. Like, these are waste of plays at that point.
We need more.
So that's a team issue, not a personnel issue.
Yeah. No. My issue is not running backs that I want to work on. I don't know if we can even work on this during the bye. It's the third quarter. What are we going to do that we stop having these lows in the third quarter? I don't know. Make a little niece. We had this in high school basketball. Remember, after we played anybody tough in the first half, third quarter, 20 straight on us. Like, I don't know what it was, but
I know what it was.
Issue. Well, I think a lot of times when we stay in the locker room too long, coaching decisions.
Rad. I mean,
I don't know. We make adjustments.
Rap is not McDermott.
Another fan of the show, man. Another fan of the show.
Listen, stop that. Y'all know I love Rap. I love that guy. Everybody knows that.
I think he was tuning in earlier.
But he always listen. Rap. He made us come out flat, man, and I love him to death.
Yeah. So I don't Rap. I don't know if that's something that. I don't know how you even work on that, but something about the third quarter we got to fix because we can't keep having those lows that we have.
Yep.
Brad, what you say?
I agree with that.
What you got?
For me, it's not too much. You know, I think a switch was flipped. I think hopefully we use this win and carry it on and
this loss.
This loss. I'm sorry, my bad. Hopefully use this loss and fuel us. I think we can use the loss and we will use this loss. I think that, going into the bye week, we lost on that type of play. Hopefully it carries on us to win some of these next couple of games and not just thinking like, oh, resting on our laurels, we good. We 8-2 going into the bye, we Gucci, we about to, you know what I mean? But no, we got some stuff to work on. The secondary, just health. I guess health is the number one thing. I want us to get healthy, the O-line to get healthy, John Brown to get healthy, right? Norman, Matty Milano, COVID, all the COVID cases. Everybody just come back healthy. I think it's a perfect time for the bye, honestly.
Yes.
Probably the perfect time for our bye right now. Everybody come back healthy 2 weeks from now, and we capitalize, and hopefully we can run a stable.
Rad, question for you. Because it's something you say, I don't want to harbor on it because we do it all the time, right? But you talking about, not that this is a moral victory, but you saying that, this loss is going to, the guys going to want to go harder and everything like that, right? But y'all tell me so much that McDermott is this culture guy. He got this culture. He's in the locker room. Everybody respect him and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But constantly it's always we need something else. We need something else. Last week, Preach talked about, maybe 2 weeks ago, talked about something about the Jets loss and that how the season can unravel. Like, do we have a good culture or do we not? Because wins and stuff like that. Wins, losses should not unravel our season.
No, I agree with that, but it's one thing but good culture as far as the baseline. Now you're gonna need shocks and different things to trick it, to trick your team because it's the same voice every day.
Long season.
Even the culture is great. It's the same voice every day, but you're gonna need a billboard, chalkboard material. You're gonna need things to remotivate and motivate constantly. Every week is a different motivation tactic that you got to come in with. And I think McDermott has been good. I think he's been good. I think that's how we came out against Seattle was great. I think he even came out against Arizona. We came out great. You know what I'm saying? So I think using this Hail Mary, this, crazy loss to our advantage is what he going to do. Okay. What you was going to say, Sam?
Yeah, I agree. McDermott's not a rah-rah guy. So sometimes these things can help him, get the attention of the team because he's not like a Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is a rah-rah coach, right? Like he can get you up for a game. But that's not McDermott. He's not that type of person. He's a very even kill type of person. But he's still a good coach. But moving along, and we're going to get out of here. We appreciate everybody for joining us on this live. And I want to do future outlooks real quickly. And I'm going to start this off because I brought up the Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen connection at the end of the game. It was special. And my future outlook for the team, honestly, is to hand the keys over to Josh Allen. I'm ready to say that. I think that's our best chance of winning and moving forward.
You don't think they already did?
As opposed to what? What are they doing now?
No. I don't think that we did it fully. And what I mean by that is I'm saying all facets of the game Josh Allen needs to be a part of. What are you saying? We talk about our running game. We need to run him more. We need to have design runs just like how Arizona had design runs for Kyler Murray. We need to continue. We need to do that. Also, like Mike said, we tried to establish a run game. Let's stop trying to establish any of those things. Let's give the ball to Josh Allen. I know they say let Russ cook. Let's let Josh Allen cook. And speaking of cook, shouts out to who? Wing Kings. Mike, what you think? What you think the future outlook, Mike? Future outlook, and you can go either way, right? Because I was gonna tell you, I think we're gonna run the table. I don't think we're gonna lose another game. I think our hardest game is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is trash, in my opinion. But Mike, how you feel about it?
For me, my future outlook is I'm gonna have to use some days off from work because we got a Sunday night game and a Monday night game coming back to back.
No fans.
San Fran and Pittsburgh, and then Denver might be Saturday, so I want to use a day there. And then we got Monday with New England. So we got some prime time games. So like, hopefully that game, that D-Hop. That doesn't happen anymore, right? Because at least it was a national television. I don't know if it was the national game.
I was gonna say I think it was at least in the West Coast, and there was a lot of coverage yesterday for our game for sure.
Well, we have a lot of primetime games coming, so we got to make sure like McDermott gonna have to get these boys make sure they up for all of these because we're gonna be on TV a lot.
Yeah, and the stigma is going to be we've been bad in prime time. You know what I mean? We haven't won a game in technically prime time because
playoff teams.
Yep. So it is going to be rough going forward, but I agree with Sam. I think we will run the table. I mean, Pittsburgh.
He always say that. Yeah. But no, seriously, I do. But no, Matt, you're right.
Hey, like Matt will literally pick the Bills in every game.
I know.
So of course,
but now it's like we're supposed to win every game.
Absolutely.
In the past, you could call me ridiculous sometimes in our 9-7 seasons. 8, 7, and 9 seasons where I picked the Bills every game. But we're not.
I mean, we're gonna be favored. We're gonna be favored in every game besides one. So
13-3. That's like Tom Brady. That's serious.
Okay. I'm saying based on the quarterbacks we are playing, we have the better one. Period. Like and that's generally how the line shifts. That's what Vegas looks at. Who has the better quarterback in most situations? Because when you look at teams, obviously we're 7-3. Like we're a good team. We're top of our division. So it's like when you look at quarterback better than Justin Herbert, Drew Lock is one of the worst quarterbacks of all time. He's better than him. Ben Roethlisberger, that's a toss up. Cam Newton, look at him.
Are we favoring in every game then?
Besides probably not the Pittsburgh game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
You should probably be favored in every game besides Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So Mike, what's your future?
Miami too. Though I think actually it's kind of good that Miami is doing what they're doing because that's another motivation too. Is they're on our heels. Mm-hmm. So it's like we can't sit back and be like, oh, we got our division, whatever. We don't have our division
at all.
We don't. So that's another good thing I think going forward too.
Rad. What's your future outlook?
Y'all know I've been preaching it all day, all year. Win the division, get a home playoff game, win a home playoff game. That's what I've been preaching all year. I think we're on track for that. I think we're gonna do it this year. The AFC, it was weird because there's a lot of like 6-3,
a lot of good teams,
a lot of 6-3 teams.
I'm
just saying, like the Raiders, the Raiders, Cleveland. I think Baltimore 6-4 now, right? I think so.
Baltimore out the playoffs right now at 6-3.
Yeah, so we might even catch a Baltimore team. You just don't know what team we're gonna catch.
Or a Colts team. Or
a Colts. Cleveland Colts, Raiders. Whoever these guys is. we gonna catch one of these teams, and I think we're gonna be better. We're gonna be the favorite. We're gonna be a home playoff game, and we gotta win.
Yeah.
Maybe Miami. You might catch Miami. You never know how this is gonna play out. So we'll see.
Mike,
I didn't say mine already.
I don't
Yeah, he
believe
said
you.
Yeah, I think
You did.
He's
He did. He started us off.
Oh, my bad. I thought I went to you, Matt, first. All right, man. We appreciate everybody. Thank you for coming on the show. And as customary with all the shows, please be on the lookout. Next week, we're trying to have something good for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If that don't necessarily work, we want to have everybody on the pod, even Mills. I know you don't necessarily see Mills all the time, but we want everybody on the pod. See if we can shake it up. But make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you share this. Make sure, you follow us on all socials at Overdue Bills. Make sure you look out for our We Think It's a Sports Show podcast, our DFS podcast. Listen, somebody made 10 racks. So please, this week, watch us on DFS. He looked at the DFS show and he up 10 racks. He ain't break us off, but that's neither here nor there. So, as customary,
and on November 30th, if you hungry,
absolutely,
Wing Kings will be open.
Bingo.
They got some good wings, 101 flavors, not Dalmatians, flavors.
Listen, talk to me, y'all. As customary with all the shows, we end the show with this. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey.
All right.